BIS 302. Um, am I on? Is this thing on? So it's, what is this, July 11th? No, 10th. Um, I wanted to touch base with you. This video is not worth anything, okay? So if you want to turn it off, hey, go ahead, do so at your own risk. But wanted to go over a few things housekeeping wise and about the course that maybe will help get you more comfortable in what we're doing, because I don't want it to be such a stressful thing. I hope it's not too loud because of the wind. Guess I'll find that out. Um, okay, so I want to go through my grading process. Now that we're through module one, some of you might see zeros on your things you didn't turn in, and then you'll say, "Well, he's got a late policy. Why does he give me a zero?" Well, because a zero accurately reflects what I have up to date. Okay, if you turn something in late, I'll see it, and then I'll score it appropriately. But the zero keeps the percentages more accurate in terms of what's going on. I've noticed that somebody could like turn in like 2 assignments and not do the next five, and it still says like they're running at an A, which I think is kind of absurd. So I kind of put zeros when due dates go past, and then it figures it at the right pace. Even though, as we said, percentage is not what's important. Your points are. But as you're going through the class early, you look at percentage to see generally how you're doing. Points, towards the end is what you're shooting for, the 7, 8, 900 levels. Okay. All right. So let's talk about worksheet one. And the first question, what is IDS? What does it mean to you? What is interdisciplinary studies? Okay. Um, remember the first Easter egg of the first video? It was IDS equals integration. So remember that integration. Everyone has these big flowery reasons, and definitions, and that's fine. Okay, but a lot of us are also looking for a succinct way to define what it is that we're doing as interdisciplinarians. And I found that the term integration is the key to everything. In fact, look at you're in the I'm part of the Faculty of Leadership and Interdisciplinary Studies. Okay, we're part of the College of Integrative Sciences and Arts, CISA. Okay, integrative is in our college title. I have a license plate frame on my car right now. It's from CISA. It says Be Integrative. That's what the graduates got in spring, and I got my hands on one of those things. It's awesome. So integration is what the difference is. Like I've been joking, it separates us from the animals, right? No, it separates us from the disciplinarians, from the multidisciplinary, from transdisciplinary, from cross-disciplinary. Interdisciplinary seeks to integrate. The other ones do their thing. Multidisciplinary is boom, boom, boom. And it's what a lot of you were describing was multidisciplinary, because you failed to make the connection. Okay. You just said different angles, different points of view, different disciplines. That's multidisciplinary. Okay. Cross disciplinary, that's the real hard one. It's like working through one discipline through another, like the mathematics of music. Okay. But that's not interdisciplinary. And then transdisciplinary, trans meaning going beyond. Transdisciplinary does something different. It's not interdisciplinary. We seek to integrate. Okay, I want to make that clear. If you ever got to do your elevator pitch, talk to an employer, talk to whomever, interdisciplinary studies, what's the difference? Why is this not a double major, a major minor? What are you doing here? You got two concentrations. What does that mean? Well, it means that in interdisciplinary studies, we're trying to integrate. Okay? All right. So, in the same vein, the interdisciplinary research and the scholarly research that we're at right now is not what many of you think either. Okay. So, again, look at this metaphor. It's kind of like when you learn how to drive, you didn't jump on, I-10 freeway and learn how to drive. Okay. You go out into a country road, you mess around in the driveway, whatever. Okay. You're doing that and taking it easy, and you're moving up step at a time. Okay. When you're in high school, you're doing research, which isn't really research. It's like learning how to dig for facts and information and compile it and put it together in a report. When you're like sitting around and I'm going to research a trip to Europe, I'm going to research a new car, you're doing research on how we use the word, and that's fine. But now you're on the inside. You're scholarly. You're academics. You're in the big show, okay? You're on the inside now. You're not on the outside looking in. You're in your field. It's the inside of your field. So it's time to step up your game, okay? Scholarly research is about discovery. It's about adding knowledge to the current body of knowledge. Okay. It's not self enrichment. It's not like I'm going to do research about something and I'm just going to learn more about it. That's not what it is. Okay. All right. So just so you know what it is. All right. So the course overview, let's talk about that real quick. What you just got done doing module one, it's kind of self-introspective, great, whatever. Module two, we're going to get you a little bit more background and information on what research is, the types of different research, types of methodologies, types of design. You're going to identify different designs and which methodology they might go with and using some examples. Module three is when the rubber hits the road, okay? You're going to start working on a lit review. Now, the lit review may be more like what a lot of people think is research. The lit review is you showing, there we go, blown away again, you showing that you're preparing to do your research by looking at the research that came before you. Okay, this is all part of the proposal. Remember the proposal I talked about? You're proposing to do research. Okay, part of research is picture yourself, you know, you want to do research on X, Y, Z. You want to have funding to do this. It's going to cost money to do your research. So you're going to go in front of a, you know, trustees, the board, a committee, you know, angel funding, whatever. But you got to give them a proposal. Here's the research I'm proposing. And to show that you're ready to do the research, you're going to have a literature review, which means that you went back and you looked at what came before you and you're connecting it to your current research and how it resonates. Does it challenge the research? Does it support the research? Does it go against it? You know, directly, indirectly. Lit review is showing you know what came before. Okay, then you're going to do a chapter on methodology, and that's a worksheet you're going to be doing. So you're putting all these pieces together, the lit review, methodology section, and then you're going to work that in a proposal. And remember when you write it, like who's writing like that, right? When you write it, you're doing it in future tense because you're proposing to do the research. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And actually, I shouldn't be saying that because you don't get to appear in your paper. How's that? It's all third person, okay? The closest you get to appear is as the current researcher. Okay, the current researcher faces limitations such as blah blah blah. The current study, the current research. It's not my research. It's not I want to do this because I'm studying to be a blank and I need to do this. No, you don't get to appear. Not scholarly research. You're doing this because it's what you do. Like I said, I got up this morning and wanted to breathe. Breathing is what we do as humans. Okay, taking that to a different step, you are a business and communications concentration, you're going to do some research on business communications. It's like a no brainer. Of course you are, but let's go to the next step. What is the significance of your research? It's not that I'm going to be this or that. It's going to be what does it add to the field of knowledge? Okay. However tiny, incrementally, right? Okay, so you can do that proposal. That's like module, well, the lit review is module three. Proposal, I'm going to say is four. Could it be, or lit review is four, proposal five? I think it might be that. And and then let's say you're doing a proposal and I'm approving your proposal. You can go ahead. So that means in module six, I think you're collecting your data. Okay, that's when the survey, we'll start building that survey before that. I'll show you how to do that because I think one of the things I found out from session A is I need to get you guys going on your surveys quicker so you have more time to get more responses. Okay, don't make your survey until I talk to you about it. Okay, because there's a specific way that you need to make it quantitative and to fit enough questions in. All right, so that's when we're moving into module six. You're getting your data. Okay. And then module seven is when the whole paper's due. You'll be writing during that 6 and 7 time. 6 and 7 is about data collection, analysis, dissemination, doing pie charts, bar graphs. If you're smart, I just said pie charts, bar graphs. So if you don't do any, and then you're going to put together the final paper. You're going to take your proposal sections. You're going to change them from future tense to past tense. Why? Because you're not proposing it anymore. You've done the research. Okay. Now it's past tense. If you want to see what one looks like, go to Module 5 Learning Materials and look at the sample final papers I put in. Before that, Module 4, I think, look at the proposal samples I put in there. You can look at lit review samples I put in there if you really work better in visualizing something than me telling you or instructions. You can see it. Use that as a template. Of course, you're not copying it. Use it. You're going to have to format too. Okay, so source list is in hanging paragraphs. If you don't know what a hanging paragraph is, look it up. Don't assume that it's center justified or this or that. Look up hanging paragraph, figure out how to do it. Okay. I could help you. I don't know if I will. It depends if I'm busy. But no, I will help you. But hanging paragraph, make sure you know what that is. Also, uh, like table of contents, know how to make a table of contents. Like I said, if you just type away and try to do it manually, it's going to be all serpentine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Table of contents. Check out the samples and see how that is, and you can Google format a table of contents in Word, and see what that's like, right? Okay, it's going to be Times New Roman 12-point font, no color fonts. Okay, yes, you can bold some of it if it's important. No highlights. I don't need elaborate cover pages. Nobody scores by a cover page. You don't. You don't do it with a resume. You don't do it with a report. Just get your cover page as your research question, blah, blah, blah. You don't even need it for your lit review. Remember, the lit review is just a chapter in this paper. It's not the research paper, okay? And so if you want to do a cover sheet for your lit review, I don't know why, but you can put literature review, that's fine. Okay, but when you do a cover page for a proposal, make sure you change the proposal. When you do a cover sheet for your final paper, make sure it says final report, final paper, final research. Some people don't change it, okay, and then they get in trouble because they were trying to be, thorough and fancy at the start, but then they didn't follow through at the end. All right. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I just wanted to, as you're getting in this class, you're getting more of a contents about, context to the load of the work, the weight of the work. I don't want people to be totally stressed out. I don't want it to be like, God, I got to get through this. If you're like me, I'm not a mathematician by any means. Thank God I didn't have to take any statistics or calc or pre-calc, none of that stuff. Okay, thank God. Okay, I had to take some basic college math and stuff, but I don't want that to be that for you. I want this to be, because I think research and knowledge is something we do all your lives. I want you to be better consumers of knowledge, knowing what research is, that there's a process. It's not just free writing a paper. If you want to write a book like that, go ahead, free write an essay. But this is research. It has specific protocols, sections that you do, okay? Now, I know I'm forgetting something. I always do. Whenever I get done, I'm like, oh, why didn't you say that, you dummy? Um, wow. I can't think of what it is. Doggone it. My grading process, I told you guys that. Remember, no excuses, no apologies. Need more time? Send me an email. Can I get 24? Can I get 48? That's all you got to ask me, okay? If you don't ask me that, I'm marking it late, okay? Just so you know. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I've been going to a lot of Starbucks around here, by the way, for my baristas out there. And it's really cool to see all the baristas that I run into that are in the program or that want to be in the program of some type. And I'm doing a sales job out here because I think it's pretty cool that you're all doing this. And I'm gonna come around and visit all your graduates, and I expect you all to give me a free refill of nitro. Okay? Deal? Forks up, everybody. See ya.